Hey guys, Zane here. I just quickly want to talk about something that happened the other night. It was a interesting set of events last night with UFC 317 and Jake Paul and Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. kind of intercepting each other. There was a lot of fantastic fights on UFC 317, one of the best cards of recent time, and some of my favorite fighters going on to do amazing things. But I'm just here to talk about Jake Paul, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. And this is to lead into a video I got coming up, a video that I've been wanting to do for the past 2 years by the name of Jake Paul Just Can't Win, Why Boxing Will Never Respect Him. And that video is going to be its own separate thing, but I just want to reflect on this fight for a couple of reasons, because I expected more. I expected better. What does that mean? Well, let me talk about it. Fight in general was a boxing politics fight. This was a fight solely so it can satisfy the WBC for kind of some standard that Jake Paul should stick by to kind of lead into better things in his career. And he takes this fight despite beating the guy who beat him, and Chavez Jr. not really looking that great and losing arguably his last fight to MMA, smaller sort of legend Uriah Hall, in a very not great fight either. So taking this fight, it didn't seem like Jake was gonna be any somewhat in trouble or any sort of deals with Chavez Jr., nor would it be really a good fight. And that is what happened. That is what happened. But I expected Jake Paul to get a finish. And it's kind of wild to me that we're on a 2-for-2 right now where Jake Paul can't beat up old men. Now, I am of the opinion that he could have knocked out Mike Tyson if he just had lack of respect. And I do believe him when he says that he noticed how hurt Mike was and he didn't want to knock him out. And there's heavy opinions on that, and I will reflect on that in Jake Paul Just Can't Win. But for right now, I just want to talk about my opinions on his career and what has been going on. And I'm of the opinion that Jake would have knocked out Mike Tyson if he had a lack of respect for him. For better and for worse, it would be probably better for how people view his career, but also worse because then he knocked out a legend. Everyone would have to be subjugated to watching that. And then in the end of the day, Jake Paul knocked out a 57-year-old man who went through 8 blood transfusions before the fight and almost died. It would have been terrible, but he's coming off of that, and he has a lot to prove in this Chavez fight against someone he doesn't respect, and he still couldn't knock him out. He had Chavez Jr. on the back foot, throwing about 3 punches in total of 8 rounds, and he couldn't knock him out. Now, granted, Jake did super good body work, and to the point where I thought he would get his first body shot TKO. He had really nice jabs and move into the corner, but at the end of it all, he didn't do enough. Even if he looked technical again, even if he looked decent, he didn't have really that standout oh, I know what to do to finish this. He was just kind of focusing on doing the best he can against Chavez Jr. and trying to get there, and he just couldn't. But we're getting into the main reason why I'm making this video, is that there were 2 rounds, the last 2 rounds, that Chavez Jr. actually had success. Old champion, you have those accolades, but Chavez Jr. has been in and out of rehab, and he's been coked out several times, and he's been a mess, and he almost fucking did some business to Jake Paul in the 9th round. he was landing some really, really good shots, actually. And credit to Jake, he has a hell of a chin to take some of those shots and like kind of just brush it off. But he had some good success in that 9th round. And I thought, like, Jake is about to get super mega fraud checked. And in the end, he kind of did. He kind of did. He looked the same. His performance wasn't good. And he ends up closing the 10th round against Chavez, landing more punches, but Chavez seeming to have more success. So it's a 9-1 in my opinion. A lot of people say 8-2. I think that's just being way too generous to Chavez. But it was a stinker. It was a bad fight, especially from Chavez. But Jake, I mean, he should have got him out of there. He should have knocked him out in, I think, round 7. He was kind of turning it up and like landing some really good shots on there and like stumbled Chavez multiple times, but at no point did Chavez ever seem like he was about to drop or anything, and he just kept taking shot after shot. Granted, Jake had a disadvantage in weight. This is first time, probably second time, aside from Tommy Fury and maybe Tyson, to which like he weighs in less than the opponent, with Chavez being at 212 on fight day and Jake being at 209. So Jake going up 10 pounds and Chavez going up a whole 14 pounds. That's right, actually. Yeah, it is 14 pounds. Never mind. Never doubt yourself, kids. But yeah, Jake had a disadvantage at the end of the day, and I get that. And he delivered some bangs that maybe would have put someone out a little closer to the weight, or middleweight coming up probably would have put him out. Some lower level would probably be out from those shots, but I was not impressed with Jake Paul's performance. But this is going to lead into Jake Paul just can't win. But at the end of the day, I'm so tired of this narrative that people make for Jake winning. It's just good matchmaking. I will explain more of that in my video that's coming soon. But Jake has good matchmaking. He has good thoughts on his career. He has good ways to promote his career. And that is it. There is nothing going on with Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. selling out, Mike Tyson selling out, everybody selling out except for Tommy Fury. There is nothing. There is no ties to that. It is so hard in the sport to rig something to the core and like stage something, because if they got caught for that, they would be disgraced. They would be out of here. They wouldn't be around anymore. They would be actually like decimated from it. And there's been nothing in the past 5 years of Jake being active. Now the narrative that he's only boxed for 5 years, I think, is still stupid. He obviously boxed Deji in 2018, so it's been 7. But pro career for 5 years, sure, granted, nice, but I'm tired of that narrative, and I'll explain more in my video. And it's just crazy. I'll leave it with this. It's crazy what a boxing politics fight can do for you, because they're going to rank Jake Paul in the WBC rankings off of this one win against Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. He beats up an easy opponent, and he gets a title ranking and possibly a title shot. Like, I don't think you guys understand. If he fights Badu Jack, he might be able to get a title win and a championship under his belt for taking easy fights since Tommy Fury. And that fight, in reality, should be a round 1 knockout for Badu Jack. Badu Jack is really, really fucking good. And I still think he is really good. But he's aging. And he's aging fast. And it could be the one opportunity for Jake to get a knockout and get his first title opportunity win. It's possible. It's actually possible. Jake Paul might actually get a championship before Vidal Riley because of the boxing politics, because of the popularity, because of the favoritism. And that's just nuts to me. Do I think he deserves it? No. Do I think it'll be crazy to watch? Yeah, I do. And I think it would be absolutely insane if he does all these fights since Tommy Fury and actually ends up, getting a title win, getting a world title. If that ends up happening, that changes everything. Yeah, I just want to reflect on this fight. I thought it was really disappointing. I thought the people's reaction to it was stupid as always. And at the end of the day, I got new videos coming. The video I'm still working on. I've had issues with it, but it's close. And I'll get it done, guys. So anyways, guys, just want to come on here and talk about that. So hope you all have a great day. Peace out.